Welcome back. I'm Ifechuku Moyle with the news. Now we begin the news this Thursday morning where the elders and stakeholders of the Ijo Youth Council IYC of Kalabari say Ibangi as they announce the suspension of the immediate past chairman of the council, Asikitams Edward and Osima White, over alleged roles in the killings during the IYC Eastern Zone election in Abaloma, Port Harcourt over the weekend. Now the suspension was unanimously taken during an extraordinary elder stakeholders council meeting to condemn the invasion of Abaloma by suspected cult boys, as well as to condole with the people of Abaloma Kingdom and the families of those that lost their lives in the attack. Some of the stakeholders who are former chairman of IYC Kalabari say Bangi, Fred Horsfall and Subrasu Odum, including one of the Eastern Zone chairmanship aspirant George Benjamin, hinged the suspension of the two IYC members on alleged sponsorship of the attacks during the election.
And Comrade Osimapo White are hereby summarily suspended from the IYC Calabar Sekbangi, members of the public, are advised not to engage in any dealings with them. And today, someone is coming up to say that Asare Tokubo brought Amama. We are not talking about Amama. This is a Joy Youth Council, not courtesan election. But because these men came with their court members, and this is a job business and not courtesan business.
We saw these Asekitams and other of these court boys. They came and barricaded us. They brought out guns, started shooting at us. Me, I'm calling on the security agencies to wade into this matter and brought those perpetrators to justice. This is IYC, Ijo Youth Council, Eastern Zonal election that is conducting there. What is the business with the court boys there now? Who brought them?
Chairman of the IYC Eastern Zone Elders Forum, Philip Brown Ago, also spoke.
If Edward and Osima for White are listening to the wise counsel of the elders and that laid down their ambition by not contesting the election, which of course they had earlier signed a document. All these things not about, because they said they have the right to contest. Nobody stopped them. But the issue of bringing in cultists, turning the place to be, a battlefield. We also want to say that the state governor and all other security agencies should please swing into action, bring this further mayhem to an halt, so that it will not escalate more than what has happened in Abaloma.
Now, one of the female victims of the Abaloma attack, Ibianga Penman Ezonwa, narrated her ordeal.
I saw them carrying chairs, scattering the canopies, and they were using the handle of the canopies to be hitting people. So at some point, when you're not bargained for war, you have to run for your life. And you don't know where the guns are coming from. Election is ongoing. As a matter of fact, it was the Amama soldiers that came, was able to control the condition. Otherwise, would have been dead. Look at my hand. They tried to stab me, and I held them. They bought to scratch me. So why is Asekitam saying that Alaji is the architect of this problem?
Correspondent Siobiorowa reports that during the meeting, the members of the council insisted that Mr. Edward, who is against consensus chairmanship position candidate in the IYC Eastern Zone election, was a product of consensus candidate in his first tenure, courtesy of the same elders he is accusing of imposing a preferred candidate. Recall that over the weekend, during the Eastern Zone election of Ijo Youth Council in Abaloma, Port Harcourt, several persons were injured and some killed when suspected cult groups attacked the venue of the election. Now, earlier, Mr. Edward, who is one of the chairmanship aspirants in the Eastern Zone election of Ijo Youth Council IYC, accused private security outfit known as Amama soldiers of being responsible for the attack that characterized the election that held over the weekend in Abaloma. Mr. Edward, who is the immediate past chairman of IYC Kalabari Said Mangi, during a media briefing in Port Harcourt, alleged that the local security personnel were instructed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo to ensure he never secured his victory in the election because he refused to abide by a skewed process that attempted to disenfranchise him. Now, he claimed trouble started when the Amama soldiers deployed by Asare Dokubo to do his bidding at the election venue shot sporadically into the air. When they were denied access, resulted into the killing of some innocent IYC members.
Saridokbo to select from by the committee of 54. This is the sole reason why I was attacked and almost killed. This evil machination was carried out by the Amama soldiers, who had no business in any IYC delegates election, but came to the venue under very strict and clear instructions of their boss to use every means possible to ensure his preferred candidate was elected.
Now, the former IYC chairman, while condemning the alleged actions of the Amama soldiers, also joined in sympathizing with the family of those that lost their lives and the entire Buloma people for the tension and crisis created during the election. He commended the effort of the IYC National President Jonathan Lobobiri for resisting the attempt by Alhaji Asari Dokubo to pocket the Eastern Zone, even as he called for outright cancellation of the election that produced Prince Datolu Sukubo as chairman of the zone.
Given the foregoing realities, I want to enjoin the leaders and founding fathers and national executives as well as the national parliament of our revered IYC to cancel the entire election for want of cardinal ideals and futures of a free and fair election. Eyes up! Eyes up! As a wonder! The Amama soldiers bullied and threatened candidates, electoral officers and delegates. They even brought up a subterfuge of wanting to use only 7 clans instead of the usual 20 for the election. However, the just spirit of saying no to intimidation prevailed.
Now, moving on, a member of the Seat Landlord Association Ubima Estate, Ike Umesi, has dissociated himself from the purported dissolution of the elected executive of the association led by Kingdom Aforole. Now, Mr. Umesi, in a statement, said the purported dissolution and constitution of a caretaker committee by a member of the board of trustees from Ubima, Long John Dimba, was unguided and not for the best interest of the association. He emphasized the importance of collaboration rather than isolation within the association's leadership for the benefit of the host communities. He, however, declared his support for the Kingdom Aforole-led executives of Seat Landlord Association. Recall that the registered Board of Trustees, BOT, Seat Nigeria Limited Landlords Association, said it has dissolved the leadership of the association led by Kingdom Aforole and appointed an 11-man caretaker committee headed by Ike Umesi from Omereledu. Still to come, federal government warns private employers still paying below minimum wage risk jail term. Stay with us. Now the rest of the news. The Speaker of the Pro-Fubara House of Assembly, Victor Okojumbo, has hailed the administration of Marvin Yobana in Kana local government for prioritizing the needs of the people. Mr. Okojumbo made the commendation while commissioning the remodeled Bori police station by the administration of Marvin Yobana. He thanked the CTC chairman for providing security for the people of Kana local government.
The caretaker committee chairman has proven himself times and times over that if he is given the opportunity for whatever responsibility, he will carry it out diligently. And Ambassador Marvin Yobana, I am not here to blow a trumpet, but I am saying that a man who is committed to ensuring that the needs of the people are taken care of in the hands of affairs.
Now, the chairman caretaker committee of Kana local government said his administration will continue to focus more on the protection of lives and property of the people of the area.
And I want to say that for us as government, the Simfura government is a simplified government in the sense that it has simplified governance to the grassroots. In this government, we see the people as our people. We go for the needs and welfare of the people, and that is what Simfura stands for. And Mr. Speaker, I want to commend you and the River State House of Assembly for standing up for democracy, for standing for the rights of the people, for ensuring that governance is not shut down in River State.
On the spot, the divisional police officer in charge of the Bori police station, Okolawon Olufemi, expressed gratitude to the CTC chairman for remodeling the Bori police station. Away from that, the acting Ochimba of Ogida town in Ichi local government area of River State, Ezen Dodirim Azwatalam, says his reign will usher in a new wave of development. Eze Azwatalam said this after receiving a Leadership Award of Excellence from the Association of Senior Journalists of River State in conjunction with the Leadership and Accountability Initiative Center, Ikeja, Lagos. Now, he called for stakeholders' support.
They give me an award today for what I do in Ogida, and those are helping in Ogida. I am so much happy. As they give me this Athena chamber, I will do more to make sure that education forward in Ogida. And today I have great IPS in Ogida to use and rule this community. Elders in Agrika, elders in Omoba, elders in Azaf community. Both the chairman of Omoba community, chairman of Agrika community, Azaf chairman, and the opinion leaders, let them follow me to share Ogida. I don't want only chiefs to rule the community again. I call every other person, let them come, let us provide this IPS in Ogida.
The Secretary of Ogida Apex Success, Nkwo, also appealed for collaboration in peace building and overall development of the area.
We are calling on stakeholders in Ogida, both security, to join hands to help this acting chamber to carry everybody along. We need peace, unity, love, and progress. We don't need sentiments in Ogida anymore. Now that the Chief Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs have brought him out to act as Ogida chamber, we need oneness. With that, there will be development in Ogida because he has been handling that area single-handedly.
Away from that, the Active Marine Surveillance Coast Guard Limited, in collaboration with the Civilian Joint Task Force, CJTF, has trained its first batch of officers to support conventional security efforts in the state. During the passing out parade for the 150 newly trained officers, River State Commandant of the CJTF, Richard Abubari, was aimed to reduce burden on conventional agencies.
To work with organized security agencies to gather intelligent information for them and also support them in making work easy in different geographical environments, including the neighborhood. The ones that have passed out today, we believe that they have been gallantly trained, and we are looking up to a gallanted work as officers of the Active Marine and Civilian Joint Task Force River State, and we are promising them of good attributes to make sure we provide avenue for them to resume work immediately.
Now, the Director General of the Active Marine Surveillance Coast Guard Limited, Godwin Amare, also spoke.
I want the government to support active marine surveillance and coast guard. We need life jackets so that we can discharge our duty according to what they give to us. We should want to discharge our duty effectively. We want to, save people in the waterway, secure the jetty and mass surveillance, and report back to the government.
Other officers present at the event also spoke.
Today's event is a great one and a very successful one, so we thank God for everything.
I'm really glad and happy because, to be frank, I'll say it's a success and it's our dream coming true. This is just the beginning of what is about to happen. We are here to serve the public, to correct some wrongs. Join force with the security agency. We can't do without them, but we are here to give them full support in our own little way. Aspect of safety and our heights too.
Now, speaking on behalf of the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, BP Luka urged the newly trained officers to carry out their duties professionally, promising to provide the task force with minimal cooperation. The Active Marine Surveillance Coast Guard Limited was established to ensure jetty security and conduct waterway surveillance. Away from that, officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) tried to arrest former governor of Kogi State Yaya Bello last night at the Kogi State Governor's Lodge in Abuja, but some security operatives at the Governor's Lodge didn't let them, as gunshot rented the air during the autumn. He has now cordoned off and movement around the area with operatives and other security agencies in there. Mr. Bello has been on the wanted list of the EFCC for allegedly laundering 80.2 billion naira, turned himself in. But in a swift reaction to the statement by the former governor's media team on honoring the EFCC's invitation, the EFCC said the former governor was not in its custody and remained wanted. Elsewhere, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Kacholom Daju, says private employers paying below the 70,000 naira minimum wage risk jail term. Details of this and more on the business news at 7. We go on another short commercial break.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.
We, the entire members of
More than 150 wounded by a sudden wave of explosions from wireless communication devices in Lebanon. And that's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. 2 people have been suspended from Ajo Youth Council over their alleged role in last Saturday's Eastern Zone election violence in Abuloma, Port Harcourt. On the foreign scene, you heard there's been second wave of fatal explosions in Lebanon. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyali. Many thanks for listening.